Deniz finally sits up. He stretches his arms out and waits for his mind to unfog from his nap. That's assuming he slept in the first place. Oh, that's me. Forgot. Sorry, it's been a while. I didn't want to say anything in case it'd bother you, but I'd also like to win the prize. It's pretty good. Right now, we're sitting here doing nothing. I was starting to get suspicious about why weren't you trying to leave this room? First of all, I don't even know what the prize is. Second, if you're so eager, you can up and leave like Ozzy did. By all means, don't let me hold you back. I'm still here because I want to follow your plan like usual. You're our leader after all, right? I place a finger on my forehead and sigh. I guess I'll have to get my act together. Don't complain later on if you can't keep up with me. But I'd like information in exchange. What's the prize? Oh yeah, I haven't told you yet. The prize is... In a flash, a thousandth of a second, so quickly that I can't react in time, the barricade against the door is blown away in fell one hit. Okay. I don't like the way the grammar is sometimes. It makes no sense. Like, there's misspellings sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't like that. A torrent of chairs and desks is created around us. A tornado blew in. No, I'm just kidding. The whole scene is eclipsed by the outline of a man as he passes through the doorway, seemingly too low for his height. It's that guy again? Seriously? How many times in this game have we ran into the bald guy? There was the restaurant, or the bar.
The bar, yep. And the cop.
The cop. He was the cop. He almost arrested Ciaran for auto theft and driving crazy. And then now we run into him at the school. How many jobs does this guy have? Okay, he wears the clothes of what appears to be a grade schooler. That's okay. That makes yeah, it's disturbing. But then I'm like, because I was like, why does that look familiar? I'm like, oh, it's a grade schooler outfit. I should have known. Anime cliche, but a creepy one. Short shorts. Oh no, and a shirt that's extremely tight on his excessive figure. On his back, he carries a backpack with a modern cartoon motif, like the ones you see on TV nowadays. In his right hand, he carries a huge minigun that appears to be light despite being the type of firearm that you'd only expect to find attached to military choppers.
I can't get past the short shorts.
I can't get past the fact that this guy appeared, like, even though it was like cameo appearances, he's made more cameo appearances than an actual anime character. In his left hand, there's a recorder. He might have heard us talking, or maybe he's the messenger of my cursed destiny. Nonetheless, he's here. It's the... I'm both of them. So we can't do it. Or at the same time. Okay, well, I hope you don't mind me saying that word.
Go ahead.
Okay. It's the Baldy bastard. As if I'd suddenly activated a voice-operated switch, I noticed a red sparkle gleam in the eyes of that huge man before he shoots at me.
See, the way they presented it in a box with his own picture, I thought it was the prize was a picture of him. Oh! I thought the whole time it was a picture.
That would have been weird. But yeah, it does look like a picture, I guess. Yeah. Is he a robot from the future that wants to kill me or what? How does he always manage to appear at the worst of times? We're wondering the same thing, Ciaran. See, Deniz and I lay down some tables as a barrier, and together we take cover behind them. This way, we can buy some time as we discuss our plan, ignoring the sound of the projectiles hitting against the tables. A little bit too old to be a grade schooler, don't you think? This is your fault. Why did you let someone like him sign up? It's a pretty convincing costume if you don't pay too much attention. He has a recorder and everything. That makes him stand out even more. Why would anyone bring a recorder to a survival game? The minigun's engine stops, rotating, and the terrible noise it made is silenced. Deniz and I look at each other puzzled. Without saying another word, we try to take a peek over the wooden blockade.
Why couldn't he just dress normal like them?
Oh, yeah, I know. He would have looked less suspicious and weird. Let's see. Our enemy pulls one of his hands up to his pocket and pulls out a round object with two of his fingers, throwing it in the air before hitting it with his recorder like a home run. Whatever it is falls next to us. Oh, I see. He wanted it to bat grenades. That's funny. Son of a... Somehow, we managed to leap away in time and take cover before the grenade explodes. The precarious state of the classroom played in our favor. There are a lot of places for us to hide. In that moment, taking advantage of the time it takes for him to start shooting again, my teammate and I nod to each other, convinced that we won't have another chance like this. We counterattack. We run out from our hiding place, ready our weapons, and then start an all-out assault against a target that we couldn't possibly miss. We stop our fire as soon afterwards. We're now confident of our victory, but once the smoke clears up... Does he have a health bar? Yeah, it's up there. The minigun's barrels start rotating once again, forecasting another burst of projectiles. And if that wasn't enough, when I try to pull the trigger of my submachine gun, it makes a clicking sound. I'm out of ammo. This is a type of moment where I usually wouldn't be able to do anything. Every idea collapses inside my mind, and I can't think clearly under this much pressure. But not this time. I'm able to look around me calmly, check who's close, and analyze the situation as if it is in the present moment. My mind should be immersed in chaos right now, yet I'm having a lucid moment like no other I've had in the past 7 years. I have to grasp this opportunity. Level 3. That's all I need to say to cause Denise to nod in agreement. We jump out from different directions, crawling along the ground and behind furniture. We manage to stay alive, so we turn to confront the Baldy. The two of us have both played enough of that first-person shooter from the arcade to know what I meant by level 3. I wasn't paying attention that much, and I don't think they described it that much anyway when we were reading that part. No matter how strong or intimidating your enemy is, they can only shoot at one target at a time. Since Deniz is the only one of us with ammo, it's his job to offer cover fire so that I can move about freely. Meeting my own expectations, I managed to locate the flaming doodle I wanted to see in one of the desks. I may not be the king anymore, but my talent hasn't been lost. Get ready. I run towards the desk and jump on top of it, steering it directly in the stocky Baldy's direction. This strategy would be totally impossible on a normal desk, but that isn't the case with this one. I sought out Ozzy's desk specifically, knowing it would be modified.
Desk racing, that's what that makes me think of.
Yeah. I can't believe they kept the desk like that, though. I thought someone would have fixed it by now. Don't underestimate the power of a sled desk. I charge straight into the giant before he has the chance to react. His body collapses on top of a mountain of desks and chairs that he tossed around the room when he first entered. But that isn't all there is to my plan. I know that I'll need something else to put a stop to him. I'll have to steal one of the grenades located near his waist. Thanks to my exceptional sleight of hand, seasoned from many years of cheating in poker games, I managed to snatch one of the grenades from his belt. I turn around and head in Deniz's direction, trying to ignore the extreme pain I feel in my right leg. The grenade flies across the room and over my head until it finally falls directly on the Baldy's chest. There's shrapnel everywhere. A hit like that had to be lethal to any human being. But I know that our opponent this time is far stronger than any other human I've met. How come they can't just show a normal picture of him? Like this, like a body picture.
I know.
But he has to get like a square. Amazing, leader, but I'm afraid that we'll have to do something else if we want to get out of this alive. The wrecked body of the Baldy starts to raise itself and moan in anguish, disoriented as if he had just woken from a very long dream. We don't have much time left. How much ammo do you have? I've got less than 10 shots left. It's not enough to finish the job, I'm afraid. Then I'll have to repeat the desk trick again. It's too dangerous to get close to him now, and if he catches us, our best chance is to end this in one shot. My desk should also be modified if we can find it. Dennis chuckles and strokes his chin while he interrupts me. I'm pleased to see you so determined, Ciaran. I ignore Dennis. I'm more focused on finding the desk with tacks on its legs. Your desk is that one. I noticed it earlier when I tried to distract the big guy. If you want to climb on it, I can push you. It's not like you're in the best condition to do it by yourself, am I right? I know that he's talking about my leg, but I opt not to say anything. I go over the desk and ensure that it's mine. I'm gonna get on it, but wait until the Baldy stands up. I'll need a good push. You know, sometimes I wonder if Pygmalion truly got what he wished for. I don't understand why Dennis suddenly brought that reference up. I look at him puzzled. I remember that Pygmalion was the protagonist of that myth he mentioned during one of the committee meetings. A man creates a statue, falls in love with it, and then it comes to life as he wished. It's not like magic or gods actually exist. If that story had really happened, it'd be easier to believe that it was thanks to the king's situation that he managed to make his dream come true. He probably had an entire court and nation under his control. It'd be fairly simple for him to find someone that looked similar to the statue and accept her as his lover, right? But the story that present generations recall is the one where love creates a miracle, a happy ending without lies, no matter how well-meaning they might have been. After all, he will forever be remembered as a romantic. That fact only confirms that his subjects probably loved him a lot, since they remembered him in such a pleasant way. That's why I want to believe there truly was a happy ending and that it wasn't all a white lie. If there exist bad moments to start reflecting on irrelevant stories, it's pretty obvious that Dennis picked the very worst of them all. He smiles at me in a way that I don't know how to respond to. Meanwhile, the huge beast that I could barely knock down earlier finally rises up once again. His glasses fog up from his angry and heavy breathing, but the lack of clarity in his vision doesn't seem to affect him too much, since he tracks us solely using his ears. He brings one of his hands to his waist and with his thick fingers grabs all of the grenades he has left, removing all the cords at the same time using his mouth. I scream something nonsensical as I try to warn Dennis that we must get out of the way. He, however, doesn't seem perturbed. Maybe his reaction is appropriate. After all, whether or not we try to hide doesn't matter. Shrapnel will fly in every possible direction, and there isn't enough time for us to escape through the exit. Unless... It was fun, even though our plan didn't really work out in the end. I could ask him to run, ask him why he's still standing there. I could ask all kinds of things, but I can't find the words for any of them. My time is up, Ciaran. It's not something to regret. After all, I'm not the one you have to prove yourself to. Dennis touches the desk with both of his hands and pushes it with all of his might. This wasn't the original plan, but it wouldn't make sense to follow it now anyway. Instead, I'm sliding toward the exit.